welcome to Homespun House. I am really excited to be seeing you guys again. It feels like it's actually been quite a while, but it's so funny because we've gone, weeks and weeks where there are kind of podcasts here and there, and they've been quite sporadic since Ruby, my daughter, who is now 4 months old, has been born. But I thought I really want to get back into the schedule of doing it once a week. I want to make sure that I'm fitting it in because I love chatting with you guys and I love communicating back and forth and showing you guys what I'm up to and hearing from you what you're up to. And especially when we're having knit-alongs going on. Right now we're knitting the windswept shawl, which is a pattern that I designed. And I know Danny from the Little Bobbins Knits is almost finished with hers, and she just said such nice things about me on her podcast, the last one that she had, which, hello Danny, I'm so happy to hear that things are going a little bit smoother with your move. Really sad to hear that it was a really hard transition, but I'm sure everything will pan out, and I'm sure that this house was meant for you, and like you said, it needed your love and care. So I have been doing a little bit of knitting. The shawl that I'm wearing, because I'm sure a lot of you are interested, it's gorgeous. Robert, he really loves the shawl. Every time I wear it, he says, that shawl is really pretty. It's such a pretty shawl. I'm wearing the Mama Ruffles shawl, which is a pattern by Christina Wall. I knit it out of drops. Well, that's my mom writing me, so I better turn my phone off. I knit it out of drops alpaca lace, I think it might be alpaca silk, and it's wonderful. It's a really nice yarn, and I love the shawl, and yeah, it's one that I wear very often. So it's just a really pretty, delicate piece. But I do have a finished object. I have two finished objects. I have this hat from Melody of the Bee Mandarines blog and podcast as well. She just does a lot of really simple, pretty designs while still being intricate. So this is her hat called Ponderosa, and I love it. I don't know how well you can see it because it's 100% alpaca. Now if I were to go ahead and reknit this pattern, I would definitely knit it on something that is not alpaca, something that does not have a halo, because it's a completely textured stitch pattern, and it's really hard to see all of those purl stitches in there, which is such a schade, which is such a shame, because it really is a really beautiful design, and it's one that I'm quite sure I will knit again because I love it so much. So I test knit this for Melody, and the pattern is lovely. She has a shorter version, she has a longer version, which is this one for you that like slouchier hats, and it just has this really pretty V going up, and then here along the side there are these diamonds, which I don't think you can see in my hat. So I can see it in person, but it definitely gets lost in the yarn. The yarn that I loved, I really liked knitting with this, but I think the yarn speaks enough for itself that I could have just done a plain stockinette hat with it. It's still pretty. It's still one that I will definitely wear a lot, but I wish I would have chosen just more of a round, maybe merino yarn to knit this with. And I definitely would again use a solid color or a tonal color for the hat. But like I was saying, she has a slouchier version, and then she has a more fitted version, and it's written in chart and written directions as well, which everything is covered in the pattern. So it's wonderful. Very simplistic, like Melody. So that was a very fun knit. The second thing that I finished are Robert socks. I'm really excited to have them off of my needles because the first sock was a lot of fun to knit. I really enjoyed it. And I knit it out of Regia yarn. Robert said that you would just call it Regia, not Regia. He just said that sounds stupid. And he's German, so he said he would call it Regia. But no German would say Regia because Germans don't say R. I know Robert's dad, it was funny, when we named Ruby, Robert's dad was like, nobody is going to call her Ruby. And he had a really hard time saying this R. He always calls her Ruby. Ruby! Ruby! It's so funny. I don't know. Something about Robert's dad is just hilarious. He is like he's a very serious man, but he is also loving and funny, but his funny jokes are like the jokes where he's like sitting at a table and he'll say a joke and you don't really realize it's a joke so much. They're like not really funny, but they're so not funny that they're just kind of hilarious because he'll like say a little joke and then he'll like get the smile on his face and then he looks around the table and you're like, oh god, this is a little bit awkward. So you kind of laugh. And then I'm like, Robert, was that a joke? Was he being funny? And I always say, it's my German, that's why I don't understand, even though they're all like, so whatever. But anyway, so the first one was fun and I feel like this one flew off the needles. Then the second one took a bit longer. There was one day I think that I really was like, okay, I have to knit the daylights out of this, otherwise these are going to stay on my needles forever. And yeah, so I finished them and that's when I cast on those like confetti type white socks that I showed in my last podcast. I haven't worked on them since my last podcast was Sunday, so it wasn't that long ago. I haven't worked on them since Sunday, so that's why I'm not showing them to you. But if you've seen the last podcast, I'm sure you maybe remember. But yeah, so I don't have any socks on the needles for Robert right now. These ones, the ends haven't been woven in, as you can see, at all. None of the ends. They haven't been blocked, which we all know I don't really do. And I don't think I'll block these. I think I'll just weave in the ends and maybe just give them a wash in the machine because definitely could be softened a little bit. But this yarn just has such a pretty tweed. I love all of the tweeds that Regia has. They always have such pretty colors. Like this one has the brown and the deep red and the evergreen. It's just a really pretty colorway. It's like a burnt orangey yellow, I guess. But it was fun to knit. I knit Roberts on a size 2.5 needles, 64 stitches. Yeah. And I'm happy that they're done, like I said. I don't know when I will give those to him. Probably just once it starts getting cold and he's like, hey, do you have some socks for me? I think he's forgotten about them. I won't wait until Christmas. The next pair that I knit, I will probably save and use as a Christmas pair of socks. Just because it's just fun to give people gifts just because, not because of a holiday. And I definitely know that Robert feels that way. I can remember years ago I had made him something and he said, yeah, it's really, really nice, but you know, it would be nicer if sometimes you would just make stuff just because, not because, you know, it's a holiday or so. Which is cool because he was hinting that he wants more handmade things. So that was really nice. I have a lot of things to show you guys, as you can see in the background. A lot of fun new things. So I'm still working on my hat out of O-Wool local yarn in the fringe tree colorway, using my amazing stitch markers and progress keeper that makes me so happy. The apple tree and then the little apple, which looks like it kind of just fell from the tree. I'm loving making this. I'm basically finished now. I'm getting down to the decreases and just loving it. So this is my new hat pattern. It will be out soon. It's the perfect time. It's so fun to knit hats. You just need one skein of a worsted weight yarn and a hand-dyed skein anyway, because hand-dyed skeins of worsted weight generally are a little bit, I don't know, 100 gram, I guess I can say, skein of worsted weight yarn. And it doesn't have to be hand-dyed, don't worry. But yeah, I'm loving knitting this. And like I said, it's the perfect time to be knitting hats, at least here in Berlin. It is really, there are days that are sunny, and right now, for example, it's sunny and it's really blue outside. There's a really light wind, but it's 15 degrees Celsius, so it's kind of the perfect day to sit outside with a pullover on, maybe a shawl, and knit, or even, you know, just sit inside with the windows open, which I have right now. And it's just that nice autumnal weather that's coming and making you want to knit, and making you want to knit cozy and warm things. And the nice thing about a hat is it's one skein. It's if it's worsted weight, it's quite a quick knit. I'm knitting this on, oh no, I think it's a 4mm needle. 4mm needles, I believe. And the cables are fun because you just want to knit another one and knit another one and go through another repeat, which makes it a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying that, of course, as it's my design. I designed it to be something that, for me personally, and I think a lot of people, it will be very, very wearable and warm with the cables, because when winter is coming, you just want something that really keeps your head warm. I have a couple of hats that I knit that are a little bit lacy, and I do notice that when it's really cold in like December, January, that the cold air is just, I need a warmer hat. So I know this and my Ponderosa hat will be perfect for those colder temperatures. So the final thing that I've been knitting on are my foraging mittens. So I showed you this in the last podcast. This is from a Homespun House Yarns. This is the one that my mom dyed. And I'm knitting these for her. So I still have to knit the thumb on this one, but I'm saving those for the end. And I've just finished the thumb increases for this one. I really would like to finish, just get up to the easy knitting part tonight. That would be really nice because I love knitting on this. It's really fun because my mom designed the yarn with a teeny bit of my help. It was basically all her. I just kind of chose the colors. And yeah, so it's been fun. I have my cute little scarecrow stitch marker on there because, as I said, feeling nice and autumnal. And yeah, so that's been a lot of fun to knit. Kind of knitting all of the things to keep us warm for the winter. I'm still trying to decide what of my hand-spun yarn, or of my hand-dyed yarn I want to use for a pair of foraging mittens for myself. I'm so sad that I cannot find my original foraging mittens. I have no idea where they are. I've looked high and low for them everywhere. I knit them out of Vine yarn, yarn that she specially dyed for me called Molly's Teacup, and I need to find those. I'm sure when we move, because yes, we still are moving. We don't know when that is. It seems like everybody who is moving is having seriously such trouble in moving. It's the same with our flat. It's such a crazy story, I'm sure you would not even believe. The people who were supposed to move out now don't want to. And we already signed a contract with them saying, you know, we want the flat. They said, okay, we're moving out. The contracts have already been signed. So what is going on right now is completely illegal. And it stinks. It really, really stinks. We will definitely get the flat because, like I said, what they're doing is illegal. It's just when. So we'll see. I think we will hear word in a week or two. So please be sending us positive thoughts on that, because I want to get in there soon. I want my own office space. I just want a bigger place. It's twice the size of ours now, and I really, really feel like I need the room to breathe. So yeah. I'm burning my favorite candle. So my mom brought me this. It was part of my birthday present. And this is called Pumpkin Berry. It's a Yankee berry candle, it's a Yankee candle, which is my favorite brand of candles. They always just smell so nice. I have 3 of them in the room right now, all different scents. But I kind of save them because I just have these ones left. And when I go to America in December, I'll definitely buy some more. You can get them here. They're just more expensive and not as attainable as they are in America. So, yes. And yeah, so I have that burning right now, and it smells fantastic. I forgot to show you this last time, but a part of one of my birthday presents was this Regia Tweed yarn from Robert. It's really, really pretty. And now that I'm dyeing, I even looked at it and I was like, should I dye that? But I don't think so. Maybe if I know I will have some left because it's a 150 gram skein. Maybe then I'll dye that. I don't know. But I really would like to have just a pair of cream tweed socks. I really, really like how classic that is and just pretty. I really want a pair of plain tweed socks. So I think after my little confetti socks, I will probably cast this on because I think these will look stunning over tights or leggings. Just a plain stockinette stitch. Yeah. So that is what I'm thinking about that. So the next yarn that I have is some yarn that I am over the moon in love with. And this is from the same brand that I'm knitting my hat with. And this is O Wool fingering. O Wool O Wash fingering. And I think it's called O Wash because, let's see. Yeah, it's 100% machine washable. So it's super wash, but I guess machine washable just sounds nicer, I think. And it's certified organic. It is 328 yards, 391 meters. And this is the color Barn Owl. It is so pretty. It's kind of a white with, it's a really hard color to describe. A creamy whitish color with even tones of green, but really, really undertone of green and gray. And then here is Pearly Muscle. So these will be used for my next shawl design. And I've talked about it a little bit, that it's really nice because we all have so much so many single skeins of fingering weight laying around, and I wanted to design something that is perfect for all of those random single skeins where it's like, I want to make a shawl, I really love this yarn but it's not enough, I love this yarn but it's not enough. So as long as you have yarn that pairs together, you can use it, and then you can make a bigger, really, really pretty shawl. So I love this. It feels so soft. I have woven with it a little bit. I've woven with the Barn Owl because I got a mini skein, which is why I decided to use this as my shawl design because I was so in love with it. And I think it's just really great yarn. So I'm excited to knit with it because I haven't knit with it yet. I've just, like I said, I've just woven with it, and those colors couldn't be prettier. Couldn't be prettier. So the next ones that I got is some yarn from Kristen. I know you love that sound. From the Wool and Vine podcast, or Yarngasm podcast, Wool and Vine Yarns. And she sent me this beautiful skein of Pandora, which is completely me. I love it. It's speckly goodness on the golden glitter Stellina base, which I am in love with. She sent me a really cute little pin. I still want to get pins for my shop because they're so much fun. And yeah, so it's really pretty. It's so soft. I love it. No idea what that's going to become. And Kristen was so nice that when she was in Cape Cod, she got me this really sweet stitch marker. Or a knit Cubby from Cape Cod. So that's really cute. I will definitely be using that in a project soon. So let me just pop that back in the bag. And then the other thing that I got from Kristen were these 3 yarns of Myth on her Volca base. Now we all know that, I'm not going to take these out of the package. We all know that I knit my featherweight cardigan out of Wool and Vine Fairy Hair yarn in the Volca base. So this will be my next featherweight. No, it won't be. I have no idea what it will be, but that would be pretty crazy if I decided to knit another featherweight out of Wool and Vine Volca. But I definitely want to knit some sort of cardigan with this because it is such a nice base. I really love the way my featherweight feels. I've been wearing it in the evenings. And Kristen just does such a beautiful job dyeing. So, and I love this. It's a really, really pretty blue. All different shades. Really muted blue shades. So, I'm excited to wear it. I'm excited to knit with it. I had so much fun knitting my featherweight. It was one that I always enjoyed picking up because the yarn, the base is just so nice. And yeah, she just does such a wonderful job. So I have more yarn. I got a really, really nice surprise package from Andre Sue, from the Andre Sue Knits podcast. I had no idea it was coming. And she just sent me some really, really sweet mini skeins that she dyed up in her shop. So it's 80% superwash merino wool and 20% nylon. And each skein has 25 yards. This one right here in the middle back is my all-time favorite. It's absolutely beautiful. I really love that one. And then she sent me 2 different teas. This one's nice because I don't like to drink caffeine in the evening. And then she sent me this one, which sounds very intriguing. With cinnamon, orange peel, nutmeg, vanilla beans, cocoa powder, and Dan and Kay. I know they're not teas. I know they're not teas. But, well, it is kind of a black tea. It is a black tea. But I know what you mean. And then she sent these really cute little Post-its, and I love these because when I'm writing patterns, I use so many Post-its, and especially in my pattern books. And it has a cute little sheep, and I think that's a flower and a little chicken. And then she sent this card, which Elodie loves, and I think it's really cool. Reminds me of Kristen or Kemper. But yeah. So that was really sweet. When I saw the package, I was like, what? That's really nice. And then Nina, oh wait, there's one more thing from Andre Sue. And these, oh my god, I totally squeed when I saw them. She sent me the most adorable and hilarious stitch markers. So I don't know if you can see these, but they are little hedgehogs. And she sent me 5 of them. And they have little pretty pink beads on them. Pink is my favorite color, so that works perfectly. I really love them. And she packaged it so nice. So she put them in this little box. And then there was some really pretty raffia. Is it called raffia? There was some really pretty ribbon wrapped around it. Some natural colored ribbon. Really nice. So I will probably just keep those in there. I really like that. Such a nice touch. So then Nina sent me a package. I have really been wanting the Patton's Croy sock yarn in their, what is the colorway of this? Rusty Stripes. Maybe that's what it's called. In this sock yarn. It's so funny how different the balls look, but it's the same yarn, so you can kind of see all of the different tones that it has in it. It's a striped yarn, and I really want to knit a pair of socks for Robert out of this. He has the pair that I knit him that are purple, green, like a mint green, and then a cream color, and gray. And he really likes those. He wears them all the time. He says they're very comfy. So I think this will be the next sock yarn that I cast on for him. So yeah, maybe I'll do that soon. Because I really want to knit with this yarn. And the socks that I knit for him out of the Patton's Croy sock yarn, I feel like they flew off the needles. I knit those so fast, just because that's kind of how it is with striping yarn. It just flies off your needles. I don't know why. There's just something about it that they just seem to go really, really fast. And Robert loves colorful socks, so those will be perfect. Nina also sent a super cute card. Love it. Some really tasty teas. I really like this one, the chamomile lavender. It's one that a couple of viewers have sent me, and it's one that I also enjoy in the evenings. And then she sent me some lavender mint lip balm, which I cannot wait to try. I will definitely be popping that into one of my project bags. And then she sent me some really yummy little caramel chocolates. I love caramel. And a bag of coffee, which I'm actually drinking right now, a cinnamon hazelnut coffee, and it's awesome. I'm curious if Nina sent this after I talked about my grandma putting cinnamon in her coffee, or if she sent it before. Either way, the thought is really nice. Would be really funny if she sent it before. And then she sent me this really cool pin that says, "Every day I dye a little." And I just thought that was very thoughtful and fun for me, who is now a hand dyer of yarns. So that is what I have acquired in the last week, which is, well, not week, but in the past little while, which is so much stuff, but stuff that I'm really excited about. As soon as I finish my hat, I will immediately cast on my shawl design, and I cannot wait for that. It's going to be really beautiful, and obviously 2 different colors, so different than my past 2 shawl designs, but still quite simplistic and wearable, which is how kind of all of my pieces really are. So shop stuff, I have really, really fun bags that I've been sewing for the shop, and I've changed up the design quite a bit in the shop. So these bags here are my sweater size project bags, and now I've started to offer them with handles on them, and all of them will have handles. And the really, really nice thing about my handles is that they are very, very long. So this is the size that they are. And the reason that I started to make them so big is because I really want, I don't like a large project bag that you just kind of carry around like this. I really wanted it to be something that you can carry over your shoulder. Let's see if you can see that you can carry over your shoulder. And there's a lot of space here, so that women of all sized arms can carry the project bags. So it's really big. I'll show you it with a skein of yarn. So there's one skein of yarn. You could definitely fit a bit of yarn in there. And yeah, so I just think that's a really nice feature now. And the handle is a very, very sturdy handle. And the handles will always match the contrasting fabric. So I have this one. And the ever extremely popular, I love to read, fabric. The pretty little flowers. I really like this kind of vintage Anna Maria Horner print. The arrows. And these are all zippered pulls. And then the mermaid with the whale. And there's also an octopus or squid on the back. So I've had a lot of fun making those. I definitely am really happy that I decided to put the big handle on the back, because I just thought it's weird having this massive bag that you're just carrying, you know, with your hand. I think it's much nicer if you can put it all the way at the top of your arm, or if your arm is still too large or you don't prefer it that way, you can kind of carry it on your elbow, and at least it's some way to carry around your project bag. And those handles are sewn in really good, so you can put a bit of stuff in there. As far as stuff for the shop goes, I have dyed up so much yarn. The response has been amazing. I cannot even believe how awesome you guys have all been. I have a lot of new fun yarn. So this is my Aran weight yarn, and this is in the birthday cake colorway. This is so squishy, so soft. It is not superwash. So this is a 100% 19 micron Aran weight merino yarn, and it's amazing. So this is the birthday cake colorway, and then I have the same base in fingering weight, which is also birthday cake. And that's again the 19 micron merino yarn. I have my, this is Halloween yarn, which is a purpley yarn with specks all over of purple, black, gray, and different shades of orange. And then I have Puddle Jumper, which I really love, with blues, grays, little specks of orange, and white, kind of a cream. And then before I had Berlin Sunrise. It's really funny. So there was this one morning that I was awake before everyone, and I was just sitting on the sofa knitting, I think, and I was looking out the window, and I thought, oh my goodness, it's so nice sometimes to be awake and to see the sun coming up. And this morning in particular, it was very pink and with lots of white and little grays and browns kind of all coming together. And so I had decided to name, I dyed the yarn that day, and then I was talking to Robert, and I said, I think I'll name this Sunrise, and he said you should name it Berlin Sunrise, because I had told him about that morning. So that's kind of how this one was born, and I love it. It's really pretty. And so then obviously from Berlin Sunrise came Berlin Sunset. So that's the sunset. Really, really pretty. I love these. This one's my favorite. This one's Robert's favorite. So I have Light Show. It's just a really pretty variegated pinky, white, red with specks of all different colors in there. Green, purple, red, yellow. Just a really pretty color. This could also, I think, definitely look quite Christmassy. I do have some Christmas yarn. This is Dear Santa Claus. It is a white and red kind of base, tonal base with a lot of different shades of greens and teals speckled throughout. I think that will make really, really nice. Anything really. You could make really cool mittens or hat or socks, but this is again a 19 micron merino, 100%. It's not superwash. So there are 438 yards or 400 meters. The next one, this is a superwash. It's 75 BFL, 25 nylon, and this is called Let Them Eat Cake. Famous quote from Marie Antoinette. Very pretty. Then I have a skein. I have hot air balloon. I have this in DK weight as well. Just really pretty, bright colors. And this one's pretty special. So this is Mr. McGregors Garden. And Elodie loves Peter Rabbit. And I'm always telling her Peter Rabbit stories all the time. And yeah, so I really wanted to name something off of our evenings together. And I wanted to dye an orange that I am happy of and am proud of and really like. So this is a very burnt orange with different shades of kind of green and peach popped in there. And I think it's beautiful. I really, really love that. So the next one is Karma, and this is just a pretty green with different shades of blues and lilacs and purples in there. It's one of my favorites. And then here's another one dyed up on my Aran weight, 19 micron. Just really, really pretty. So these are all in the shop, along with other things that I haven't even shown. I've just been dyeing up a storm and having a lot of fun with it. I think this would make such a pretty hat or a pair of mittens. It's so pretty. I love it. I definitely want to dye more of this. I just have, I think there are 2 or 3 skeins of this unworsted. So this will definitely be one that I will be dyeing again. I think it would be gorgeous for socks. Even a shawl. There are a lot of things. I know Kay from the Bakery Bears designed a shawl. Yeah, a shawl for kind of self-striping or patterned sock yarns, like a regia or an opal, but I think it's perfect for any sort of variegated yarn. So I think this, obviously not in a worsted weight. You could do it in a worsted weight if you wanted a really nice lofty shawl. I think this would make an amazing shawl, this base. But yeah, so there's that one. And I will definitely have more in the shop next week. If there's anything that you really like or anything that you want more quantities of, you can definitely write me. I am doing custom orders. I've already done a couple of them. I have DK weight, fingering weight, and an Aran weight. So I definitely would be happy to do that. I've been having a lot of fun getting new things in the shop. There are a lot of new charms and stitch markers, progress keepers again, a lot of fun tea ones, and I have some really pretty outdoorsy foraging style sort of mushrooms and things like that in the shop. So yeah, go ahead and have a look. I'm sure that you'll find something that you love, whether it's yarn or project bags or stitch markers, progress keepers. There's a lot of stuff. That's kind of one thing that I think is really cool about a homespun house, is that it's kind of like a one-stop shop. You can go and get your yarn and maybe a pattern and whatever. So I had a lot of fun chatting with you guys today. I'm happy that I was able to see you so soon, that I was able to get a bit of time in. I can't believe the weekend's here. Robert is playing handball again, so on Sunday we will all go, and Elodie, I think, will see Robert play for the first time, that she can really understand what he's doing. We went when she was younger, when she was just a little toddler, but this time she definitely will be able to watch him, and I hope she's interested, because it will just be the 2 girls and myself. You know, I'll have to keep them both kind of happy. So I'm a little bit curious about how that will go. But it's early in the day, which is random, because his handball games are usually quite late in the night. What does late mean? It means at their bedtime. So this will be nice, and it's really close to a swimming hall, so we'll probably go swimming afterwards, which will be, again, like I said, really nice. So we've kind of been trying to do that on Sundays. Every Sunday, go swimming inside, obviously, because it's way too cold. So that would be really nice. Tomorrow, I don't think we have any plans. Maybe go to the Mitmach Museum in Berlin, which is kind of just like a children's museum. I think that would be fun. Inardi's been there once before. And I don't know, it's just kind of something nice to do on a cooler day. The puppet show would also be nice. There are lots of ideas. Even just staying home is nice sometimes too, especially because on Sunday we kind of have busier plans and stuff. So we'll see. Emma is here today. We're actually watching her while Tina and Miti work. Well, actually, I watched them a bit this morning, and so Robert is with them outside right now. And yeah, it's been nice. They danced, they played with Legos, they've played that they're kitty cats, because that's one of their favorite games that they play all the time. They had Milchreis with cinnamon and sugar for lunch. And they each shared a big soft pretzel. That's what they had for lunch too. They've eaten lots of carrots. They're eating pears now downstairs. So yeah, it's just been a nice relaxed day, and I have a little bit more work to do today, so I will get to that. I have some skeins that I have to reskein, and then some labeling and just some work stuff to do, which I enjoy and which will be fun. So I hope that you guys have a really nice weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm happy that I can say that with confidence, so I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Happy knitting, happy crafting, and yeah, have a nice weekend.